Trend alert. Skylights are making a comeback. Once enjoyed for extra sun and brightness, people are becoming increasingly worried that skylights let too much heat and air escape, and they believe that covering them over will be less costly than replacing them. While skylights were once the cherry on top of a contemporary design, they now seem to be falling out of fashion. So what's the deal on this once must-have home trend? Today, there are tons of new options to make skylights more versatile than ever before. Many now come with solar panels to maximize energy efficiency, and some also offer inclement weather sensors, enabling them to close automatically when the first raindrop hits. It's safe to say, skylights are making a comeback. In fact, skylights bring to mind my childhood home, where there was a skylight in the bathroom. I loved it so. Watching birds soar above me as I shat, being increasingly paranoid that the FBI was filming me while I showered.
Is that true?
Getting up close and personal with shots of my rosy red cheeks and my blue moon ass.
Oh.
Making a comeback is the theme on our show today. We start with Blue Moon Belgian White, currently 49 on the Cold Cans list of the top 100 beers of all time. This beer has been the subject of controversy and even a lawsuit because it's marketed as if it were a craft beer, when in fact it's mass-produced by our buddies at Molson Coors, the world's third largest brewing company. According to IRI, a retail data provider, sales of Blue Moon were down 3.4% in 2018, losing sales to more flavorful beers like hazy IPAs and lighter options like hard seltzer and light beer. But now, Blue Moon is back. Maybe? Today on the show, the boys are tasting a new offering in the Blue Moon lineup, a lighter option, a return to prominence. Please do call it a comeback. It's Blue Moon LightSky. Cheers, Joe.
Cheers. What an intro.
Thanks.
Wow.
Sorry I didn't take you up on your questions, your follow-up questions. I was just in the zone.
I have
Please
some.
now. You give
Tell me that it's true that you worried a little bit about your skylight in your bathroom that people would be watching.
That is true.
I knew it was true.
That's definitely true.
I absolutely knew it was true.
It's, it's supposed to be my private room.
And then the second question I have is, do you think... Actually, no. Now I have a follow-up question to what you just said.
Wow.
Do you think the bathroom was the most private room you had in your childhood home? Because to me, the bedroom was the most private room.
Yeah, definitely my bedroom, I think. Not
Whereas now, the bathroom is the most private room
sure.
I have. Now that
you're
parents
married
are around,
and
have
pets.
Yeah. Right. Isn't that interesting?
So the bathroom's where you escape. You're like Paul Rudd in This Is 40.
I am.
Escaping to the toilet to play games while his kids die.
Is that what happens? Is that the plot of This Is 40?
No.
All of Paul Rudd's kids die?
While he's playing Angry Birds on the toilet.
Yeah, probably playing with his bird. Second question I have is...
You could have said Angry Bird.
Yeah, I guess. But I guess, his bird would be angry. Second question I have is, do you think when something,
now,
quote unquote, is making a comeback,
okay,
that there's any real data behind it beyond just whatever that industry hired a marketing firm?
No, I don't.
Okay,
I don't.
That's what I thought.
We've seen that even with like Rainier beer, right? Like someone just bought the marketing or the brand to it, and then it looks cool, so it made a comeback.
Right. Because
we see that a lot in the alcohol industry, I guess.
Yeah, they recognize that trend is interesting now. That vintage, 30 years ago is in. So now they're like, yeah, Rainier's making a comeback. Everybody likes Rainier now. You like Rainier now.
Don't you? Yeah, it is a depressing thing because it does just go like double down on the fact that we don't really have a ton of choice about like what we're consuming in the world, whether it is beer or, movies and stuff like that.
Sure.
Like very rarely, I would say, does it really depend on consumer demand. It's like whoever pitched something in a boardroom somewhere convincingly enough.
Well, I'll tell you what. You pitched it convincingly enough reading it. You got a
Hey.
little madman in you. You're a regular Don Draper. You're
I'm a...
Optimism Breweries before the Don Draper. What do you think about that?
That's fun. That was a good pull.
Thanks.
Like for Optimism Breweries before the... That was fun.
I'm
Did you know Don's secretary... Oh, you're still in love with your own line there.
my good pull.
I'll let you get it. Don's secretary in the later seasons was named Dawn.
Oh, really?
Big mix-ups all the time. It was fun.
So that was part of the fun.
Dawn.
Yeah, before the Dawn was Peggy.
Well, there were some other ones in there before that. And Don slept with all of them, that Casanova.
God dang it. Did he ever sleep with Peggy? Spoiler alert.
Yeah, real spoiler alert. Well, no, that gets squashed pretty early on. No, he never did.
That's what I thought. That's nice.
Yeah,
I'm happy about that.
but it's complicated. It's a good show. You should check it out. It's not all roses that they didn't sleep together.
Cold Can's advice is to check out Mad Men. How's the Light Sky treating you?
It's very good.
It's so good.
This is our second go at having it. We had it a couple weekends ago at a cookout.
Yep.
Outside.
Safe cookout.
It was. It really
wear a
was.
mask. Please, for the love of God, wear a mask if you're listening. Take a Cold Can's koozie, fashion it into a mask if you have to.
I've looked at some custom masks with this redesign we're doing.
Are we going to try
See
to
if it
profit
would-
off COVID?
Why not?
Everyone else is doing it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we had it once before, and it was
COVID?
excellent. Neither of us, I hope. My wife got antibody tested. We have not had COVID. Neither of us.
That's good.
Breaking brews.
I'm glad.
But we had Light Sky before, is what I meant to say. Thank you for ushering in a clarification. Maybe some listeners were thinking the same thing that you said. And it
No
was
problem.
so good.
I love to cut you off whenever I can. I got to slow down that roll once in a while.
Yeah. And it was that good. It was real.
Totally.
And so we said, let's do it on the show. I'm having it for the second time. Now it's not a novelty. Now it's something I've had. Still good. This holds up.
Yeah, for sure. And I think we talked about this when we had it for the first time. Like Blue Moon, the original, was the first beer I think I liked back when I started drinking. Because I think, probably in part because of the fruitiness of it, there's a strong orange flavor in it.
Yeah.
But as time went on, it just the wheat ale aspect of it, I think, didn't jive with whatever. It was down the line to IPAs and the allergy thing.
Yeah.
Where it makes me stuffy or grumbly or whatever. So I've gone away from it in recent years. But this is I would drink this on a regular basis. This is good. It's light enough. It's not too weedy, and it still has the orange flavor to it.
I think that's my favorite part of it. I'm like you, where one of my first premium beers was a Blue Moon.
Yeah.
But the weediness was knocking me over the head, and it no longer is with this Light Sky variety. So, you explained it in the top of the show a little bit, but this is a 96 calorie beer, 95 calories, something like that. So it's trying to compete in the Coors Light, Michelob Ultra market of, Miller 64, the extremely light calorie beers have kind of gone away. I think people are looking away from that. But
yeah,
one of the
seem true.
One of the problems with all of those beers is how just extremely plain and boring. There's just not much you can do if you're going to put that few calories in the beer. This isn't that. This has a ton of flavor. You absolutely can taste the tangerine peel still. Mm-hmm. They have an advantage that part of their flavor profile is orange, and they can do that without adding a ton of calories, whereas Coors and stuff would have to come out with a new line to be able to do that. So this is great. I would reach for this for a low-calorie beer anytime.
Well, yeah, I do wonder how much, in theory, if it's actual orange juice of some, in some way, that's a fair amount of calories if it's has sugar in it. But maybe they just get the essence of orange.
Essence, my friend.
Essence of orange. Calorie-free.
Do the LaCroix trick. Don't smell and drink the beer. See if you taste orange.
Oh,
I'm going to do that right now.
Plug the nose.
I truly don't taste orange when I do that. However, I feel like that's basically true for anything. You just
it is.
You don't taste anything
take away,
if you don't smell.
Yeah. 70% of your tasting ability when you plug your nose.
So
good experiment, though. That was fun. I almost choked.
Totally worth it. Yeah, Nick almost waterboarded himself.
Well,
we would have... What?
Can't joke about that yet.
So when?
Part of the Geneva Accords.
America has never tortured anyone, ever. We said it. Dick Cheney said it once. Hey, so Speaking of, I forgot my own poll.
Oh, no.
Before the Don Draper, I have some marketing information here when this was released.
Okay.
And this is on the Molson Coors blog. As you mentioned, Molson Coors is making Blue Moon. And Miller Coors Chief Marketing Officer Michel Saint-Jacques has said recently when this launched that they were going to release 3 premium beers at once to compete in this market. So this one, the Blue Moon, what is this? LightSky. There's the Leinenkugel's, oh, where the hell is it? Leinenkugel's Spritzen. And then they're releasing something called...
we still have to try that.
We have to try it, and they're releasing something called Coors Peak, which is like Coors Light, but it's 95 calories. So Coors Light is just over 100. So Coors Peak, I believe, is competing directly with Miller Lite's 95 and Michelob Ultra's 95.
They knocked, 6 calories out of it.
So,
Coors Peak.
I
don't like that.
So Michel Saint-Jacques can explain why they chose this decision.
Please.
The biggest opportunity we have as a company is to premiumize our portfolio. She said this when she unveiled the new brands to distributors in Las Vegas in September of last year. And that starts with aligning our offerings behind some of the biggest consumer trends driving market growth. That's how I know I like the beer that I like. Among these macro trends is a shift toward products that fall into 2 distinct spaces. One led by health and wellness trends, and another driven by flavor. By innovating within some of the company's strongest brand franchises, like Leinenkugel's, Blue Moons, and Coors, Miller Coors is aiming to strengthen its positioning in the above-premium segment, the hottest space in beer.
What site is that? That's from their blog.
This is Molson Coors blog, yes.
That makes sense.
Isn't that interesting? And at the same time, then Nick's distracted. What happened?
Bald eagle flew by outside.
Bullshit.
No, I'm serious.
Nick has quite the view. This fucking Rockefeller here has quite the view.
We're recording in my apartment this
safely.
Week. Of course.
Nick, you're glazed over by that bald eagle.
It was beautiful. Let's talk about the blog, though.
Okay. They're also taking national a line of wine spritzers. Miller Coors is called Movo. And so they're going to try to bring back wine spritzers. And I guess basically knock sparkling water,
right?
Spiked sparkling water out of the market.
Seltzer, yeah.
Spiked seltzer.
So that's going to be. I mean, that essentially is spiked seltzer, right?
Hey, don't tell
wine spritzer.
Don't tell Michel Saint-Jacques that.
I guess with more calories in theory.
In theory,
but those exist already too, right? Like there are, I guess, smaller companies doing wine spritzers in like cans and stuff already.
Yeah, it's wine coolers, but with a new logo on it.
But that's the premium market, we're told.
Right, the above premium market.
Above premium.
That's the hottest
Miller's
market
making
in
a
beer.
comeback, baby.
Hey, tangentially, you know what I couldn't get out of my mind before we started? This is a little bit of left turn. So if you have anything left, if there's any meat on this bone to pick, keep going. Otherwise, I'm going to take us in a different direction.
I'm done with it. I was done with it before it started, Joe.
Oh, that's a shame. But you showed me a product you bought recently, and it didn't have a seal on it. What was this product? Is this something you're willing to...
It was sunscreen.
So you bought sunscreen, and it had no protective...
Right. No protective seal on the top.
So did you buy it from a retail store, a grocery store or something?
It was shipped online. From the online to me. To my door.
Wow. You used a mobile application or something to accomplish this.
I did.
And you unscrewed the top and there was no protective seal. How did you know there was supposed to be one?
Because there was one on another item that I ordered that did have a protective seal. Checkmate. Libs.
Yeah, take that, libs. Trump guaranteed in 2020.
So I emailed the company because I was legitimately wondering, like, for some reason, does this one product have a protective seal and the other one doesn't?
Right.
And if that's true, that's weird, but I would still use it. But if it's not the case, then I don't want to use this thing. Who knows what's in there?
What company did you email? Who is this?
Art of Sport. It's like James Harden's new...
did you order it because of that?
Personal care. No, I didn't even realize that until I ordered it. I was just looking for a new deodorant.
Sure.
I think here's my theory on deodorant. You gotta like cycle what you're using. Otherwise your pits get used to the one and the germs, they overcome it. And then you'll start smelling.
They evolve?
They evolve.
You ever use Tom's The natural deodorant?
Never really worked for me. I've used Schmidt's, though, which is a natural one. That gives me a little rash.
Oh, no.
Used to work, now gives me a rash.
Oh, that's a shame.
Another one that I could recommend.
Now, are these deodorants or antiperspirants?
I only use deodorant, not use antiperspirant.
Lucky boy. Keep going.
Pit liquor, it's called.
No,
yeah.
No.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
I know. It kind of sucks.
That's fucking awful.
But liquor is liquor. It's
still
alcohol based. I agree.
That sucks.
But it's alcohol based,
Oh,
and it actually works. Yeah, you get a little.
You get a little fucked up when you put it on.
Yeah, it's my morning deodorant
Pit
with my Irish coffee.
Yeah, that's an awful brand.
It honestly works though.
I sweat. You know me. I sweat like a pig. I'm sweating right now a little bit, but once a week I put on this horrible chemical that just sears my pores. It's called like a sweat gone or something like that.
Oh no!
It's a little like it looks like a little
rebranded
alcohol pad.
DDT.
Yes, basically, it's a little alcohol pad, just coated in uranium, and you put it on your underarms, and for a whole week you don't sweat, and it does work.
So when that happens, are you sweating from elsewhere in your body?
I do feel like yes. It basically just like I still have to perspirate.
Good.
Yes, and I'm happy about that. But at the same time, I don't have kind of this embarrassing, sweat stains.
I get it. It is annoying.
It's annoying, and
But with work from home life, have you like not had to use it as much, or do you still go with it?
I still use it.
Okay.
I'm still trying to not be disgusting, even though I'm at home. But yeah. I bought a big pack of them from an online retailer, online to me.
Straight to your door.
I use a mobile application delivered straight to my door.
S2ID.
Yeah, S2ID type of application. It's a premium segment, premium market, above premium. Anyway, I was going to tell you a story about this. So you bought this product with no seal. One time, when we were in high school, we bought a package of Starburst.
Okay.
And if those familiar with Starburst, you open the Starburst tube, and there's individual packaged Starbursts. And I opened one, so I got a pink one, my favorite. Mm-hmm. Which one's your favorite?
Pink, yeah.
Pink's the best. You'd be a lunatic.
Easily. Isn't that the only one that they've made like just pink of? Because they do that now, and I think it's far and away.
Red though, underrated. Red's pretty fucking good. Yellow's just the one that
it's a good palate cleanser. Brings you. It's like there's a little sharpness to the red one. I feel like that the pink doesn't have because the pink is just sweet.
Should we do a podcast on Starburst individual flavors?
Maybe 5 episodes. That's all this should have been.
Yes, people would be thrilled. Anyway, I opened the pink one. Open the little wrapper, the little origami thing you're doing, which is a lot of fun.
That's probably part of the enjoyment, right?
It really is.
Yeah.
There's another wrapper under there. We're talking a double wrapped Starburst. And so I was doing this with my friend Soda Pop. His middle name is Soda Pop, and we go Soda Pop. And Soda Pop was sitting by me, and he said, "Fuck that. There's going to be a number on the back you can call for comments or concerns. So call him and tell him you got a double wrapped wrapper." I'm like, "I'm not doing that." He's like, "I'll do it." He calls them. He's yelling about the Starburst. And this is before internet.
Yeah, before cell phone, right?
Before landline. So he's landlining it in. And sure enough, a few minutes later, he's sitting there on hold or something. He starts yelling to somebody else about the double wrapped Starburst. Sure enough, he starts saying, 14 Meadowview Lanes, Manawha, Wisconsin. And he said he got vouchers for like 6 free packs of Starburst.
Yep.
We split them down the middle.
Oh, wow. He did all the legwork there.
Yeah, remarkable. Well,
you bought the original?
I found it.
And you found it, yeah.
And bought the original. I don't know who bought the original, to be fair.
mean, it sucks that behavior is rewarded. But at that point, why doesn't he just lie about that sort of thing?
Right. Well,
maybe he does.
I think this then came into our minds as people with, $6 to our name. We were like, well, now we can maximize our Starburst purchasing.
Live for free.
Right. So anyway, that reminded me of that. You're on number 2 now.
I'm on number 2.
190 calories you're driving into you.
Why do you have to remind me of that, Joe? Calories are half psychological.
No, they're not.
Who knew? Yeah, have you done that since with anything?
Yeah, every single day. Every time I grocery shop, I call every vendor.
$1 million.
Yeah.
You sell it on eBay after.
I sell Starburst on eBay.
Yeah. I have done that with stuff before, but it's always like a legitimate, like this sunscreen thing. You know, someone's spraying DDT in there.
I was going to say, what do you think happens? People are injecting poison?
Well, in that case, I would assume someone got it, tried it, used it, returned it, and then they just sent it to me.
And they didn't realize it, and they sent it.
Yeah. In which case, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but I still don't want to use it.
You know what we should do? We should get a couple syringes, start going to stores, and start injecting lotions with poison.
That's a felony, Joe.
Is it?
Of course.
Lawyers? Oh, they're nodding. All right, we'll strike that. We'll edit that out. How's the second one going down? You're ahead of me. It's not that often. You're kind of a sipper. Mm-hmm. Including with eating. You eat very slow. I eat much faster than you.
Yeah, I do.
Pig I am.
I have a horrible heartburn, Joe. And eating slow kind of helps manage it. I'm glad we are opening up about your sweat pits and my old man heartburn.
Well, look, we're getting older. It's 115 episodes or whatever the fuck we're in now. We're talking about above premium lines. I think we can talk about your heartburn.
Thanks.
Do you do anything preemptively?
Yeah, of course. I mean, there are, with the American diet, there are many things that have been created to manage heartburn and such. So
Sure.
drugs,
not
changing your diet.
Not changing your diet. Hey, speaking of, this might be a segue into my next segment.
Okay. Joey was very excited and secretive about this next segment.
I have a segment, and it's called "What in the Men's Health?" All right. So
that's fun.
Yeah. So that's the only thing I've really prepared that much, and then the rest of this is discussion. I have an issue of Men's Health in front of me, and
you a subscriber?
I'm unfortunately somehow a subscriber, and as you've pointed out on the show before, I don't know how to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I think a T-Mobile Tuesdays signed me up. Anyway, Mark Wahlberg is on the front, which, I mean, he's got to hold the record for most. He's flexing
Fitness
his
magazines,
triceps. Yeah.
Covers.
And it's his no-quit guide to winning and crying. So there's a tender side to Mark. And at the top it says, spend less, sweat more. Spend less, sweat more. Summer fun in the great outdoors.
What is this?
This is Hamilton.
So
I'm going to go through. I'm going to start with an advert. This is the first thing I had earmarked.
Okay.
And this is the Skyriza Medications Nothing is Everything campaign. And this stuck out to me.
Nothing is everything.
Yeah, this is a man who says he has moderate to severe plaque psoriasis.
Okay.
Now, who among us doesn't have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis? He says, the opportunity for nothing on my skin? Well, that means everything to me. And he's playing with his daughter. And the thing I found interesting is that this is a drug whose side effects include, now this is being prominently advertised.
Yeah.
The side effects of this...
Okay, so this is a full-page ad. We got both sides.
We have both sides here. We have
but you still read, like, the fine print of it.
Balding middle-aged man. Well, these things intrigue me, that, like, half of the ad is the fine print. Mm-hmm. And the most common side effect of Skyrizi is upper respiratory infections, headache, feeling tired, and injection site reactions.
Uh-oh.
So this is a drug which causes, as a side effect, upper respiratory infections. And Men's Health, during a COVID-related issue, decided, fuck it, run it.
Drag them, Joe.
It sucks ass, and people aren't paying attention. The next thing is an article here in this segment. It's called The Reinvention of Mark Wahlberg. It took a global pandemic to slow down the actor, producer, businessman a little. But despite all his success, the one-man brand and poster boy for dad muscle has a lot more to prove. Now, Mark Wahlberg doesn't have dad muscle. He is jacked.
But he is a dad, so that's the thing.
Right, but look at him. He looks great,
Oh,
Mark.
yeah, he's jacked.
He looks wonderful. He doesn't age.
He's
say what you will about his acting skills. He looks great.
Yeah.
You a Mark Wahlberg fan?
No, not really.
Yeah, me neither.
And I mean, you can look up troublesome things from his past as well.
You certainly can.
But people can grow. People can evolve. I don't want to... Why... So what made you want to bring up Mark Wahlberg?
I want to tell you his workout plan.
Okay.
So part of what we're talking about, part of why these beverages have been created... is a health and wellness push.
Sure.
The public's appetite for health and wellness.
I want dad muscles.
You want dad muscles. We talked to the Athletic Brewing people, shamelessly plugged the discount code. And remember, athleticbrewing.com, promo code ColdCans25 to get 25% off your first order.
Who knows if it's still active?
Oh, it's still active, baby.
Is it? Okay, good.
You just need to sign up for a different email address and you can keep using it. All right, so this is Mark Wahlberg's rapid fire exercise. He does abs, so he does Superman for his back, lower back, and push-ups and tucks for his abs.
Sure.
He likes doing standing single leg curls so that he's firing his core and everything. No more isolated moves. I don't have time. And the meal he cooks for his family, steak and asparagus.
Ooh.
Mark.
Smelling the toilets at the Wahlberg household.
Yes. And so he says he drinks red wine with his friends, and he has a bottle with for $2,000 that he'll cork open with his friends.
Wait, what?
And he's never done karaoke. So that's Mark Wahlberg facts, and that concludes our What in the Men's Health segment.
Thanks for bringing that.
Yeah. Go ahead. You were going to ask something?
So he's had one $2,000 bottle of red wine?
That's what he has.
That's what they do every time?
With his friends.
Oh, good for him. Did
Good
it
for
say
Mark.
what the wine bottle was?
Also, super chill of Mark to just drop
mention that?
Yeah, in the Men's Health magazine.
It's very relatable.
Is that where you need your validation?
That's the equivalent of Skyriza upper respiratory infections in a pandemic sort of thing.
As out of touch?
Yeah, 12% of America's unemployed and you're drinking $2,000 bottles of red wine. But that's fine, you know.
It sure is fine. Spend
He earned
less. Sweat more. It's in Hamilton.
I know, what song?
Talk less. Smile more.
Oh, yeah, where
Don't
they're...
ever tell them what you're for or fighting for. I don't know what the fuck the lyrics are. You watched Hamilton? Disney
did.
Plus?
I watched it on Disney Plus.
What'd you think?
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
It sticks with you for a while.
I think I do need to like look up what all the lyrics are and such to like really get it, because I think maybe in person it's a little easier to hear everything they're saying, but for me it was you've seen it in person, so it wasn't any easier then.
Well, I'm just saying in general, it's rapid fire. It kind of encourages rewatching, I think, which you can't do in person, but you can do it on Disney Plus, to just kind of overwhelm you. Like, you're never going to pick up on all of it,
Right.
Which is part of how impressive it is.
Yeah, that you can still follow the story despite and then there's more layers to unpack there. Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
Can I read for you all of the iterations of Blue Moon that have been created?
Please.
This is
For the
according
love of
to
God.
wikipedia.org. And
You logged on to wikipedia.org.
I'm on wikipedia.org. I'm a donor.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, heard of me?
Brother.
Nice to meet me.
What did you donate? Say the number.
$5. They said if everyone who uses donates.
And now I bet Jimmy still emails you personally.
He does. Okay. In Canada, Blue Moon is marketed as Belgium Moon. And here is the list of all of the iterations of Blue Moon.
Iterate it.
So in 1995's Blue Moon, it was originally called Bellyside Belgian White.
Now, are you doing taint to tip here?
I'm doing, tainted tip. Well, it depends what you like. And then next was Raspberry Cream Ale, Nut Brown Ale,
Oh, mama.
Blue Moon Pale Ale, Blue Moon Grand Cru, Mountain Abbey Ale, Spring Blonde Wheat Ale, Summer Honey Wheat Ale, Harvest Pumpkin Ale, Spiced Amber Ale, Farmhouse Red Ale, Valencia Amber,
What?
Agave Nectar,
What are you
Caramel
talking
Apple
about?
Spiced. These are all like what Blue Moon has released as beers.
Okay, the brewing company. I thought you
But
were...
they're under the Blue Moon label.
So this is what Blue Moon has been called throughout
No,
the
no.
years?
So, I mean, of course, there's always still the original Blue
Got it,
Moon,
got it,
but
got it. Sorry,
they
keep
have
going.
Blue Moon, whatever.
I thought you were saying this is how many rebrands Blue Moon has gone through. I'm like, well, now they're talking honey ale and nut ale. They have no idea what they're talking about.
No, sorry.
Keep going. Nut. You said something about nut.
So in 1995, it was called Blue Moon. Originally, okay, caramel apple spiced ale. I'm gonna stop saying ale because that's in every one. Sunshine,
Nick, are you okay?
Sunshine citrus blonde, blackberry tart, peanut butter, rounder Belgian style, pale, gingerbread spiced, cinnamon horchata, chai spiced, cappuccino oatmeal stout, white IPA, Belgian table pills, cocoa brown ale, mango wheat, iced coffee blonde, and finally, light sky citrus wheat, which we're drinking today.
Honestly, I would not have thought that the Blue Moon label would have that many deviations.
I know.
From just their core beer.
Some of those ring a bell. I've seen they do like a seasonal pack. It's like a 4-pack of bottles. Or not a 4-pack, but 4 varieties of bottles. You get 3 in it.
Be very clear.
Now, quote me directly. I do not want to be misquoted.
You know we got those guys out there, you know?
What?
Fact checkers.
Oh, those gotchas?
Yeah,
those
the gotcha guys. Gotcha journalism. Yeah, that's what we should get into. Poisoning sunscreen and gotcha journalism. That's what's paying these days.
It's true, yeah. I want to sow more doubt in the American people.
What do you think?
I love living life with uncertainty.
Are you happy right now?
Causing confusion.
Are you
Of course
sad?
not.
Yeah. One thing that kind of brings me hope is that both of us have a calendar in our room.
Uh-huh.
And both of us are up to date with checking off the dates.
You check the dates. I check the date every day after I make my bed. Like a good little boy.
Oh, you
like
checked yesterday's date.
Yeah.
Oh, I know my thing?
Yes, I do, Joe, because you're my friend.
I check the date after I'm done with work.
Oh, wow.
Done for the day.
Wow.
And then I'm like, free time from here on out.
Sure.
Date's already been crossed.
Yeah, it's crossed off. They can't see what I'm doing anymore.
No, yeah. Take that.
That's fun.
Isn't it?
I don't mind that.
Good. What do you think?
I like it. For me, it's waking up the next day, and the first thing I do usually is make my bed, and then I cross off. Okay, yesterday's gone. Today's a new day is how I look at it.
Yeah, it's kind of psychopathic, but other than that, it's good.
Yes.
Your bed is
psychopathic material.
So nice and clean.
Until you sat on it earlier, of course.
That's why he kicked me off. So we were going to record this podcast on his bed, and Nick said, no, come over here. Now I'm sitting on this little stool, which is nice. It's very nice.
Yes, I didn't want you sitting on my bed, but also this makes much more sense for our recording setup.
It does. But it would have kind of been fun. It would have been like a slumber party.
Sure, yeah. We
boys.
can still do that.
We're going to do it.
Did you used to do slumber parties?
I loved slumber parties.
Yeah, stay up talking all night.
Truly one of the worst. Yeah,
right.
You're talking about
don't sleep a wink.
Whatever. Yeah. But truly one of the worst. It was Halo 2 and Mountain Dew. Halo 2 and Mountain Dew.
Sounds like a country song.
Yeah. That was what I would sit in my friend Andrew's basement. I remember very fondly doing that all night. But the worst thing that could happen, is you're out at your friend's house, and he's like,
"Got any Starburst?
You want to spend?" Yeah, and you're like, "Here, yeah, let me unwrap it for you." Oh my god, no! He's like, "You should spend the night. We'll just play this video game all night or whatever." You know, you're 12, and you're like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna do it. Let me call my parents."
Please.
You call your parents, and your parents go,
Did you just say the F word they say? No, you're grounded.
Yeah. No, but you call your parents, you say, "Can I spend the night at Andrew's?" And they go, no, not going to happen.
No dice?
Why? Why would they say no? But they would say no once in a while. And I would lose my shit.
Ah.
You got me very sad.
Little prima donna, Joe.
Yeah, very sad boy. I still carry that weight with me today, folks. And that's why I do this podcast.
See you next week.
All right, let's get to the Beer Advocate score, Nick.
No, I'm sorry, Joe. That sucks.
You shouldn't be sorry.
You should have been able to party. You deserved it.
Never partied before.
Yeah,
what about you? You a slumber party man?
I went to my fair share.
I doubt it.
With me and my stuffed animals.
Oh, no.
No, let's just say I slumber partied, okay? Yeah, let's rank this thing now. Let me do
Get to the BA.
Yep, I got a fun little review someone left.
Oh, nice.
This is from Brew Askew. Hey, from Oklahoma, half of which is Native American land. Supreme Court said.
Yeah.
So
good.
Overall, of course,
Chief Justice Roberts, the deciding decision, I believe.
Yeah.
You don't know. I don't know.
I think it was.
I think it was.
He's worried about the legitimacy of the Supreme Court, so he's trying to balance it out a little bit.
It's very nice that he is, and that it hasn't been partisan enough. Hey,
because it shouldn't.
I read something today that said when you mix politics and science, it was specifically related to COVID. It's like mixing politics and the judicial system. When you mix the two, you get politics. Politics always wins.
Sure. And
so we've mixed politics and science in this country. Anyway, wear a mask, folks. Wear a mask. All right, keep going.
Overall, he broke it down by, like the good reviewers do, by appearance, aroma, flavor, mouthfeel. I'll give you his overall. A tasty, crisp, refreshing, beer-based beverage. Now, listen to that point, because that's important. He didn't say this. This is my emphasis.
You did this aside to say that.
Beer-based beverage.
Beer-based beverage.
Beer-based beverage
that
skews toward the flavor character of 1980s malt-based coolers, such as California Cooler and Bartles and James, but without the sweetness. This is a far drier, more, quote, grown-up, close quote, tasting beverage. But the citrus and weak beer flavor aspect is pretty close to what I remember on those old coolers. This is refreshing and satisfying, but folks, it is not much of a beer-flavored beer.
Wow.
I like it for what it is. Sue me. 4.04 out of 5.
Wow.
I know. Yes.
Such a purist.
Yes. Sue me. Hey.
So can I piggyback on this for a little bit? Peggy.
Sure.
Peggy, secretary. Badman.
Yeah. Peggy Olson.
I have Facebook comments on the release of this beer from the official Molson Coolers.
This is unprecedented in Cold Can's history, I believe.
There's 4 Facebook comments. One is for Pam. I won't say her last name. I'll just say Pam. She said, I just drove past the billboard. I'm a Blue Moon fan, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, and then the next one is from Malakela, and she says, I wish they would have used oranges instead of tangerines. Total miss.
Oh.
She has
subtle palate on this one.
Distinct. She understands oranges and insane to write that, by the way.
Well, a little bit, yeah.
She does not.
I wish if there were some elaboration on that, I might buy it, but I don't get what could they mean by that.
I wish they would have used oranges instead of tangerines. She follows it up by saying, I was super excited to try this, but it isn't what I expected and doesn't taste good.
Maybe tangerine's a little sharper, I guess, than an orange. Is that like?
I guess
maybe, yeah.
But yeah, you have to really be the enthusiast. Karen, popular internet meme, Karen. She says, "Does it come in bottles?" So she's asking the giant conglomerate that question. Fair. Just it's a good idea to ask the conglomerate that question. And then finally, Daniel says, "Really, really, very good. You can tell it's Blue Moon, yet it's lighter without giving up flavor. I think." This is a home run. So Daniel likes it a lot.
And he likes
that's
sports.
Our Facebook session. He does like, he likes baseball. Because the common baseball action.
The best thing you can do. Home run.
4-bagger.
Yes.
What do you think about the Facebook segment? You like it?
I do like it. I think it's inspiring me to comment on corporations' Facebook pages and posts.
It's a good way to spend your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? I love Facebook.
And you have increased your spend on Facebook ads when all these other companies have backed off.
It's true. You see Disney backing away, Nike backing away. I say, no, here, Cold Cans merch. I bought $3,000 daily worth of ads on Facebook to sell some koozies.
What was that figure?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. So those are the Beer Advocate. That's the Facebook corner. Facebook friends. Facebook froth.
Our Facebook froth.
All right.
So
let's take the bullet train home.
Sure, yeah. To get the Beer Advocate, the score is 81 or good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's not wrong.
It's not wrong, but is it right?
Well, we are to be the judge. It's my new number 1.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's your new number 1?
No, but it might be. It's really good. This is a great, great low-cal beer. Is it not?
Yes, it's good. Like I said, the weediness of the original Blue Moon is kind of what's turned me off to it in the same way that I don't really like drinking IPAs.
Right.
And it cuts that out while maintaining some of that orangey flavor.
Right.
And it's shandy-esque, like it's shandy adjacent.
Wow, shandy adjacent. He's starting to sound like somebody who does a podcast about beer. Shandy-esque.
Shandy-esque to hang them up.
Yeah, it's like a late 80s. I don't have anything. All right, let's rank this.
You were barely alive in the late 80s, Joe. No one can blame you.
I was alive in the late 80s.
I said barely alive.
November of 89. All right. What tier do you have it in, Nick?
So Blue Moon itself, which is a 78 on Beer Advocate, by the way, is at 49 in the mild card. I think this is in a tier above that.
I
think it's in wilds.
I unequivocally agree. In fact, I'd take it further. I think it's in the Zen. I think it's in the Zen 10.
Oh, Joey.
I would reach for this all the time in the summer. It is uniquely a summer beer. Like, I don't want this in the winter at all. And if I want low-cal in the winter, I'll drink Michelob Ultra. I'll drink something else low-cal. Or even the NA beer. But for a summer drink, the combination of flavor with the low-cal sessionability that comes with, man, the only thing stopping it from vaulting up to cream of the crop for me is the continued weediness. I am still a little burpy. I'm not as burpy as Blue Moon gives me, but I absolutely like this more than Blue Moon, just from my own like allergic reaction I have to Blue Moons.
Okay.
So I'm at the very least with you in the wild card, and would even consider arguing to put it up in the Zen 10, which is Bradyovac's favorite tier.
And I mean, looking at the beers in the Zen 10, the Zen 10 is a mess. It needs to be purged.
Should we do a Zen 10 Purge episode, much like the Purge film series?
Yes.
Where you go in, you can break into each
Ethan
one.
Hawke's there.
Ethan Hawke's in the first one. But then the Purge Anarchy, the Purge Election Year, I can't remember what the other Purge movies. I watched them all once. Did I tell you that?
Oh, like back-to-back?
I watched every single Purge movie
in like a day?
No, in like a 3-day span.
Oh, okay.
I think there's 4 of them. They're not good, but they're good.
First one, best one?
No.
Oh, really?
Purge Election Year.
Okay.
One of them's like the prequel. It might be Election Year. Whatever the prequel is good.
Yeah,
it's like the origins of the Purge.
Yep.
Why did the Purge come? A Donald Trump-esque dictator
figure
takes over, and then he's like he's the new founding fathers. That's what they call themselves. It's a lot of fun. That's kind of like us in a way, you know.
We are the purge of the podcast realm.
It sounds like we do need to do a purge of the Zen 10. I think I agree with you. It is a mess. There's a lot there. That
Santo, Foster's, and Jubilee Winter Ale did not belong in there. But that's fine. That's for a different day.
And some might say Run Wild IPA from Athletic was bought.
Some might.
Foster's, yes, of course. Santo, did you knock Santo?
I knocked it.
It was good. And our good
I mean, it was good, but
our good
how
friends
often are
from
we
Austin
going to...
sent it to us over USPS.
St. Arnold Brewing Company, too. I think I have a koozie from there.
You been there?
No. A friend got it for me. Don't ask about it.
Tell me where you got it. Tell me who gave it to you.
Okay, I think I have a spot.
You do?
I do.
Where is it? Which tier?
I'll put it in Zen 10.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay. Joey Glock, have a spot.
Wow. Ready?
3, 2, 1,
23. Wow, you had it at the top of the Zen 10.
I would have it over everything there. I love this beer. It's so refreshing. So you have it at 23.
It's tough because some of those beers I would have this over, some of them I would not.
Sure. So you have it below Longboard Lager.
Right.
And ahead of the Run Wild IPA. Yeah, we'll have to reach out.
I would reach for a Longboard Lager over this.
Right. And I had it ahead of Jubilee Winter Ale and just below Optimism Breweries before the Don Draper.
Wow, you got to say that again. Good.
Yeah, maybe that's why I put it there. It's not. I just really, really, really like this beer.
Okay.
I'm okay with where you have it because I love Longboard Lager. I agree. There's a bit of a mess in here.
There is a mess.
There's a good...
we could put it anywhere at that point.
Right.
It'll need to be redone.
Right. Jubilee Winter Ale, I don't remember that much because of how seasonal it is.
Yep.
But what Red Hook ESB, you could absolutely argue over this.
Yep. You can drink that any time of year.
Older Sputin, excellent beer. World-class beer. Swivelhead Red IRA, we loved. Very early we did that one.
Yeah, that was a good beer.
Longboard Lager, like we said. I'm good. But let's stick it at 23. I just wanted to make it known that I love this beer.
Sure.
Okay.
Now, is this The next question, of course, is this kicking off the bottom of the Zen 10, or is it bumping the entire list? Session is at the bottom of the Zen 10.
Or it can bump the Run Wild IPA NA beer that we put.
Oh, right. Or it can rip and replace. Yeah, that's right.
God, Session was once our number one beer. It was re-ranked in the great re-ranking of 2018.
And it dropped at that point?
Must have dropped. Can't tell you for
28,
sure.
Yeah.
But I have an asterisk next to it if I log into coldcanspodcast.com/rankings. Or does it drop the very last beer? So I feel strongly enough about Session that I wouldn't do that to Session.
No.
And Pura Still. Now, this is the hard still water with a malt alcohol base. I think I'm with you. You were saying we can't drop Session.
Yeah.
We can't. Let's drop Pura Still. So remember, this is the, if we want to remember it, it's the Pura Beverage Company. This is 4.5% alcohol. The Untapped score is 2.5 out of 5, or very bad. And we did this.
Was it not on Beer Advocate? Is that why it must at the time?
We did this on April 26th of 2019.
Wow.
And the description is: the boys try out spiked Stillwater and discuss one of Creed's greatest hits. So don't remember that really at all. And we tried, according to the image, Blackberry Pura Still.
That's right.
R.I.P. Be still, Pura Still.
Nice.
All right, Nick. It was a pleasure joining you in your bedroom.
Thanks for being here, Joe. You're welcome back anytime.